This is my story, how we started to repair a bicycle that was given to me by a golfing friend last summer. So I got the bike and I found this bike shop in downtown Urbana, Illinois. So it starts with the story of my friend Colin, who gave me the bike. Here he is, out on a golfing match, for his golfing, and I had to get it repaired. This is my good friend Bill, who had to get the threads redone, had to get it up to Minneapolis and restored. So here is the frame now, brought back to Illinois, and first thing is the bottom bracket you have to include. Well, guess what? The bottom bracket has reverse threads on one side, so you got to remember that, and you can wind it in one way. Then of course the other side has a normal turn, and you close that in. That was the key part that was missing. Those threads were bad on that bracket, on that whole device. And the important thing about the place over there is the tools are available. There's lots of tools you can see, and you are welcome to return them when you get done using them. Also, they have piles and piles of used parts, and you can see when I brought the frame in, I was missing everything. So we had to search through many parts to find the cranks and the pedals and the brake parts and so on. So here I am picking through those pieces. Here also there's a nice little cleaning station where you clean these parts up so they look a little bit newer. Here we are installing the crank. This goes into the lower bracket. And here's the other side of just the crank handle that goes on. So again, it's handiwork trying to put these together. Now, how do you find pedals? You can come over again looking for parts. And so this goes repeat, repeat, repeat. Is figure out what is the next part to go through the parts, see what's there. You can see there's a nominal fee. You keep track by yourself of what parts you expect to use. Here we have a crank turning with pedals on it. Now is the seat post. Found a seat post there. Actually bought a new seat for the bike, so found that. Here we are installing the seat post. You can see it fits in there. One thing they like to do is to put a little bit of grease on everything. Here's the front fork going in. This is very tricky. Those little spacers there are needed to put things together. They're quite expensive, almost $3 a piece. I had to find those at a bike shop. Almost anything that's expensive you need to buy yourself, but otherwise things are there. And then you put the header on here, and that's an important part of that whole post. This is called a threadless headset, and it all fits together in the top piece there, that little piece that you pounded in, holds it together. Here we go with the handlebars. Found these in a pile over there. Now I tried to find some brake levers, and fitting them on. I don't know, things aren't fitting too good, as you can see. I'm kind of having a little trouble with that. Got to file things down a little bit in order for them to fit a little bit better. You know, everything takes a little bit of maintenance, understanding what is going on there. Oh yes, so in the background. Here we are, some pedals, some handles now, brake handles and a shifter on the bike. And I found some wheels. Just put those in just so it makes it look a little bit better. We started building this bike up. Now trying to get, I found some used inner tubes. Didn't have any holes in them, we protected that. And also some used tires, and threading the tire tubes, inner tubes into the bike, and now trying to put the bike, or the tire frame onto the wheels and pump them up, overpressure them, and see if they will seat properly. Oh, here's a missing part that I had to buy as well. $15 parts called a derailleur hanger. They don't have many of those around there either. And just installing the wheels again. So show how that fits all together. Now we've got the tires on the wheels. And this is the derailleur, and an important derailleur hanger is designed to be broken off. So it saves this very expensive part called the derailleur. And so you're mounting that in. You can see the spring-loaded back there. And there's a front derailleur as well. So it is mounted on there as well. Now you get to buy a brand new chain. Take the chain and thread it through the system. And then you have little tools here that can help you adjust the links. You want to make sure the linkage is tight enough just to make sure that the chain doesn't run on itself as you fit through there. Here you can see the chain is kind of hitting the bottom of the derailleur, so you take out another link. ended up taking out 2 links. So I was doing this very slowly, one step at a time. Now use the same tool and try to put things all back together there. So here we are, checking that derailleur out, showing how that gear can be shifted back and forth. Now we're playing with the brake levers. They go on. Now we have to get the cabling and those types of things set up in there. So we found a little fitting to try to help get the cable to fit tighter into the handles. And putting in the cable wire and the little housings that hold the wire to get it to the right spot. Here's the bottom of the derailleur being mounted together now. And here we are, we're watching it shift now. That's with the shifter. See it gone for up a couple gears. Big success. Just all mechanically held together, lots of little parts holding that together and mounted on there. The next is now working on the brake. This is the housing for the brake cable. And first we put on the front brake, measure that, bring it down. Here is a little help of adjusting those brakes. That's a little tricky business. There's lots of little adjustments on these brakes to make sure that they can work perfectly. Little tapered washers that kind of allow you to adjust things so they fit back and forth. Here's the rear brakes being put together. And more adjustment. Found out there was kind of a problem for this rear brake. We had to find a screw that mounted that post on there, and the screw wasn't holding it on right, so it wasn't being adjusted. It took some time to figure that out. Well, the fix was to put a washer on there. So again, find a little part like that, put a washer on that bolt, now tighten it down, and now everything fits together tighter, and so you can make an adjustment to that system with that screw. Before that screw was not able to be turned properly. It didn't do its job. Now, the last is, the tricky part is cutting the cables to length. You always are afraid of this, because where do you cut, and what happens if you have a mistake, and now you've ruined a $2 cable. Those cables cost about $2 a piece. And of course you can put a little cover over the end of it and crimp that on. So here we are with our bike, all now completed, step by step, and thank yous galore.